Ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? Welcome back to the Betting Talk. Today we're at episode 18, taking a look at UFC Fight Night, Josh Emmett versus Lerone Murphy, which is taking place on Saturday, April the 5th, 2025, in the UFC APEX. Reminder, it is a smaller cage. We're going to be taking a look at the best bets that I have for this week, the 4 best bets. We're going to be taking a look at the props, at least one prop for each fight that I like, and then we're going to be taking a look at near the end the parlays. If you're looking more for the parlays and props, head on around probably 2/3 away into the video. If you're looking for these best bets, stick around. We're about to get right into them. Hopefully you guys do enjoy. If you guys do, make sure to drop a like and subscribe if you have not already. I do these every single week. And let's get right into it. We're going to be starting off with the first best bet of the evening, just going from prelims on. And we're going to be going with, now, honorable mention, Vanessa Demopoulos versus Talita Alencar. Maybe I might switch it halfway through, but for now, she is a honorable mention. Vanessa Demopoulos, I think, is going to roll over Talita Alencar. Talita just looks like she has nothing there. She's lost to Stephanie Luciano twice, in my opinion. She's lost to Rayani Amanda. Rayani Amanda being robbed against her and Pooja Tomar. I mean, Pooja's an absolute trash can too. I just think Vanessa Demopoulos here is going to be able to get a decent win on the scorecards. But the first best bet and most confident pick of the evening would be Deonna Barboza versus Diana Belbita. I'm going with Deonna Barboza via submission. Diana Belbita has been submitted by Molly McCann via armbar. Her armbar defense is just not there. Ariane Lipski, Molly McCann, Liana Joshua, Christina? I don't know this chick. Christina Stancio. I don't know who she is, but she's submitting fucking Diana with an armbar. She just doesn't really train the armbar defense clearly. She gives it up almost every time when we're grappling, and Barboza's a really nasty jiu-jitsu player. She's really good on the ground. Majority of her wins are by decision, but she does have some really nice arm bars in there. And I think in this situation, Diana's just going to get submitted in under 1.5 rounds. I think it's going to be fairly quick. If Molly McCann is going to get you inside the first round, Barboza's years above Molly when it comes to the ground play. So if it's realistic, Deonna Barboza via submission is the lock. Barboza just on the line is probably the lock of the week. It's just minus 800. You can't really pick it. You have to pick the submission or the the under over prop. I'm going under 2.5 rounds, sitting at minus 160. Take it all day. That's what I like. Next on the best bets, we're going Davy Grant versus Daniel Santos. I'm picking Davy Grant as an underdog. It just seems as is he an underdog right now? Hold on, let's check. Yeah, he is. He's a plus 130 against Daniel Santos. Now Santos is good. I'm a little bit worried about Davy Grant when it comes into later stages of the fight. Daniel Santos does have a nice win over John Castaneda via a knee. He just kind of blitzed upon John Castaneda and just ripped into his body and just kind of made him fall apart. And Davy Grant's not a guy that really falls apart. He takes the boxing punishment really fucking well. He'll box back other really slick kickboxers, and he doesn't really take the punishment badly. He always bleeds inside of his fights, and he always walks forward. Like, he's not a guy that pusses out. He's not a guy that'll back down. He'll always try and move to a more advantageous position, and that's why I'm picking him this week. As a plus 130, you can't count him out. He's 39 years of age, trying to make a last stint inside of the UFC, trying to earn some money for his family. And you have Daniel Santos, who thinks he's going to be able to walk in here and beat up an old man. You're not. Like, Davy Grant is so good. Beating up Ramon Taveras last time around, in my opinion, beating Daniel Marcos, but they have to market him, so they let Daniel Marcos win. Rafael Assunção, an inverted triangle. He was able to get Louis Smolka out there. Louis Smolka's ass. But I think Davy Grant in this situation, longer guy, bigger fighter. I think he gets it done. I think he's going to beat up Daniel Santos, and I think as a plus 130 underdog, you can't really do any wrong with him, especially with these two so early on in the night. If you really want to, you put Barboza by submission and Davy Grant on there, and you have a plus 360. If you like the under 2.5 better, plus 300. I don't mind it for an early prop parlay. Jesus, I don't mind it as an early parlay, but if you guys like the straight lines, I like those straight lines too. They're beautiful. Now let's take a look here. Let's take a moment in time to think about this next pick. Now, the next best bet of the night probably gonna be towards Finney. I think Finney's gonna get a finish. He just looks like, dude, he has worked so hard to be inside the UFC. He's not gonna fall at this point. And Robert Valentine is a guy who Valentin. He lost to Ryan Loder in the Ultimate Fighter championship. Like, he didn't look good. He looked tired. He looked like he can't grapple worth shit. And if Torres Finney gets on top of him, it's kind of over. Like, I don't see Robert being able to do anything. He is a big boy. If he rocks Torres with something, a nice kick or something, Torres is going out. He's a small guy, 5'8". I don't know if he's going to be able to take the punishment that these massive dudes at 185 are throwing. But Torres Finney barely makes 185. He's a big fucking boy. Robert makes 185 easy. I want to see what happens. I want to see if Torres Finney's able to push the pressure and get him down. I think he's worth it this week. I think the minus 220 tag's a little bit light. He probably should be closer to a minus 300. I'm taking Torres Finney all week, all day. And as I say that, I go look at the line, minus 300, as I said. Yeah, that's what the line should be at. That's in my opinion. Torres Finney by finish, KO, ground and pound, most likely outcome. I don't think he's going to give up a choke. I think Robert's at least submission aware. Realistically, he hasn't been submitted since a fucking knee bar, and I don't think Torres Finney has any knee bars in his arsenal. Excuse me. You know, rear naked choke. Dude, why am I yawning so much? I just came home from work. I just want to do a video. Please. All right. Not to go the distance, minus 240. Probably what you're looking at here. Under 2.5 rounds, excuse me. Torres Finney. Yeah, plus 115. That's your best bet. Take it all day. Robert's going to be going out. I don't think he's going to get it done. Maybe by submission if Torres Finney fucks up. Not going to happen. I like Torres Finney all day. Now, that's the third one. We're going to go for the fourth best bet of the evening. Honorable mention, Kennedy and Jetsuku. Honorable. There's two honorable... okay, you know what? Maybe we'll go to a favorite underdog section after this. We're gonna go to a favorite underdog section right after this. We're gonna go to the fourth best bet of the evening. Jordan Brito versus Pat Sabatini. You're taking Jordan Brito. Pat gets rocked way too much. Gets rocked by guys like Jamal Emmers and stuff like that. Jordan Brito is just so quick on the attack. Like it kind of puts Pat in a path of most resistance. Realistically, Pat's gonna have to pull a fucking ankle lock, a knee bar, some sort of submission Hail Mary, because Jordan Brady is going to wing it at him, and Pat feels like he's kind of fucking chinny. And Damon Jackson taking him out, Diego Lopez taking him out, Jamal Emmers dropping him and almost putting him away. I think Jordan Brito here is just too powerful. I think he's a bigger boxer realistically. And Pat Sabatini, I think he's going to have way too much difficulty with the size. I think he's just going to fault to the power. I think the power of Brito is just so unequivocally... it's just unequal. It's just so unequal, dude. Like, Brito's just so much more powerful than Pat ever was. If I yawn 2 more fucking times, I'm gonna slam my head on this fucking desk. I swear to God. Anyway, Jordan Brito, I think he's gonna get it done. He's the fourth best bet of the evening. We're gonna move on to the best underdogs I have for the week. Now, Vanessa Demopoulos still sitting as even. I hope she is. Probably might move to an underdog. I like Vanessa. Take Vanessa if you can. Reese McKee, I don't mind his grappling skills against Daniel Frunza, but the problem is Frunza is a really good boxer, and he really likes to pressure guys. If Reese stands up with him like he tries to stand up with other guys, I think he's going to get put against the cage and get put out, because it's a fucking problem. Reese has decent hands. He throws quick. The grappling approach is where you're going to beat Daniel here. You're not going to beat him on the feet. He's just too quick. He's going to throw some overhands. He's going to throw some unorthodox shots. You're going to get clipped by him. You're 6'2". You're in the way. So look out for Reese McKee maybe to get an upset victory. He's looking at a plus 130 right now. Just hover it. A second underdog, Ode Osborne. I don't know why he's not getting the love this week. Almost one of the best bets of the week by knockout. Luis just takes punishment too much. And in this situation, Ode Osborne is so fucking powerful, dude. He can put anyone out. And if he cracks Luis with something nice, he's going down, and I don't know if he's going to get back up. Watch out for Ode Osborne this week. GM3, of course, always a submission threat on the ground. GM3 via submission plus 400. It's the only way he's going to win, so look at it. Unless, we have a long grappling warfare. I don't think it's going to happen. And then you have Cortavius Romeus. I think Chang might actually beat him up, but we'll see. But you have Josh Emmett and Lerone Murphy, man. Josh Emmett, listen, more power than Dan Ige, and Lerone got dropped by Dan Ige. I think Josh Emmett here, he just needs one. He just needs one, and Lerone's not a guy that's going to take him down. The takedown threat is not there. Josh is not going to be worried about a takedown threat. He's going to be worried about throwing some fucking hands. It's weird, man. I don't know. I'm going to take Josh Emmett by KO. Plus 500. Even the line, plus 250. It's probably where you're sitting at. Now we're gonna move on to the props. One prop for every single fight. Let's get right into it. Vanessa Demopoulos, Talita Alencar. I like over 2.5 rounds as a lock. Minus 450. It's a lock. But Vanessa Demopoulos by decision, probably your best value, plus 130. Victor Henry versus Pedro Falco. I think this is a good place for Victor Henry to get a bounce back inside the UFC. I think Victor Henry by decision is probably where it's sitting at. Victor doesn't really get finishes at all anymore. Maybe by knockout against Pedro Falco, but I'm not really sure. Like, Pedro's literally only been knocked out, and he's already lost to Victor Hugo before, who's a big submission and or a finisher guy, excuse me, and he wasn't able to get finished. So maybe Victor Henry takes him to decision. Over 2.5 rounds, minus 275, pretty good. But I like Victor Henry's side maybe a little bit better. Luma Lukbunmi versus Estela Nunes. I'm going Lukbunmi. Yeah, she's probably gonna finish Estela Nunes. Nunes just popped her arm out last time round. She doesn't really look good. She kind of looks shitty, like literally all the time. Lost 4 in a row. She's almost even inside of her MMA career. Please just get her out of the UFC. Estela's got nice hands. She's long. It's just, I think Luma's just going to walk over her. Maybe I might splash a little bit of money on Estela Nunes at plus 500. It's a little bit wild. She's been out for a little while. Maybe she's, gotten a little bit better, but I guess we'll see. Reese McKee versus Daniel Frunza. I just talked about that. Probably Reese if you're looking for value. Under 2.5 rounds, minus 140. Yeah, that's probably where you're sitting. I mean, Reese is going to need a knockout against Daniel or something. Like, he's a finish guy anyway. You're going to need something like that. And I don't think it's lasting. I don't think it's going to that 3rd round, guys. I don't think there's any chance in hell. Next, Dione Barboza versus Diana Belbita. We're going with submission. Dione Barboza, under 2.5 rounds, minus 130. Not to go the distance, minus 165. Pretty fucking good. Davey Grant, Daniel Santos. We're going with Davey Grant. Don't be surprised if Davey Grant gets the finish here. Daniel Santos maybe steps into a shot, goes down. Davey Grant finishes him with a submission or something. Very possible. Ode Osborne versus Luis Garul. We're going with Ode Osborne. Luis is really good with the stand-up. He has half-decent wrestling, but I think Ode's going to be able to stay on his feet, maybe just point him up. Over 2.5 rounds, minus 130. I mean, probably pretty good. Torres Finney versus Robert Valentin. Like I said, not to go the distance. Torres Finney, minus 105. If you want a plus 115, under 2.5 rounds, Torres Finney, that's kind of where you're sitting. I don't think Robert's going to be able to win. Brad Tavares versus Gerald Mearshart. I like Gerald by submission. Plus 400. Not to go the distance, plus 120. That's good. That's really good because Brad might be able to finish him if he gets gassed. Kennedy Nzechukwu versus Martin Boudet. Boudet's only beaten cans. I don't regard Kennedy Nzechukwu as a can, so we're going to say Kennedy Nzechukwu probably by knockout gets Boudet out of there. Cortavious Romeo, well, I'd probably say just a line. Cortavious Romeo versus Chang Ho Lee. We're going Chang Ho Lee. Just Cortavious seems like he's just too excited, man. He's just too excited. He needs to calm down a little fucking bit, okay? Pat Sabatini versus Jordan Brito. We're going with Brito by finish. I think he gets it done. We're going to go inside distance with Brito, see what that pays. Plus or minus 110, pretty fucking good. Josh Emmett versus Lerone Murphy, plus 250 on the Josh Emmett side. I mean, yeah, dude. Not to go the distance, plus 120. Yes, I love it. I love it all day. Either Emmett's going out or he's taking Lerone out with him. Let's see what the hell happens. For parlays, early parlays, I'm gonna say Diana. Not to go the distance here. Vanessa Demopoulos, Davey Grant, plus 664 on an early parlay. I love it. The value's good there. You want to add a little bit more on there. Torres Finney, maybe Kennedy Nzechukwu, maybe Jordan Brito. Now you have a plus 1792. You're getting some huge value with some bigger names that look more like locks. $25 is going to get you what here? $473. That parlay is nice. That actually is really nice. Now, if you want to take a little bit of a cycle parlay, we can go Brito by KO. We can go Dione Barboza by submission. And if you want to go, let's see what we like here. Davey Grant. Let's see. Davey Grant by decision, plus 1372. What if we change the knockout prop? What if we go here? What if we change out Brito and we go Torres Finney via knockout? We have plus 16660. $25 pays you $440. Not a bad one. I don't mind that. Jordan Brito is more of a lock in my opinion than Finney, but I think Finney's gonna get some ground and pound and take him out. Later parlays, I mean, if you want to go wild, bro, you want to go for a full a full UFC parlay. These are the locks, okay? We're gonna put the locks in there. We're gonna put what we feel like is gonna win. We're gonna put that in there. That's what we like. All right, that's what we like right there. Shebang, 25 bucks pays you 11 grand. Let's go, boys. Come on, Josh Emmett. Get it the fuck done, boys. You kind of need 2 big underdogs in there. Davey Grant, I think, is going to get it done. Vanessa Demopoulos a little bit close. I don't know why Talita Alencar is that close on the line. It doesn't really make sense to me. It is what it is. Honestly, dude, if you're looking at something that you can feel confident in putting your money in, let's just take a look here. Jordan Sombrito on the line. You have Torres Finney on the line. You have Davey Grant on the line. I mean, fuck. This is pretty good. A 5-pick parlay for 1,372 odds. 25 bucks is going to get you like, what, 370? That's pretty good, dude. You're only stressing Davey Grant. Probably the most unlikely win there is... Davey Grant, I guess. I think Vanessa Demopoulos is going to roll over Toledo. I'm going to put a lot of money on her, probably. Yeah, it's a pretty confident week. I like, especially for the whole card. These are probably my favorite picks here. Torres Finney, Vanessa Demopoulos, Deone Barboza, plus 186. If Vanessa gets robbed again, I'm gonna lose my shit. If she gets cheated again, I'm gonna lose my shit. That's all I got for you guys today. Hope you guys did enjoy. Make sure to drop a like and subscribe if you guys have not already. If you guys are paying attention to the NBA, remember, we got 5 games left until we get to those playoffs. If you're looking at the MLB, the Padres are on a roll, 6 games in a row. Probably going to continue it today. Make sure you pay attention. That's all I got for you guys today. Hope you guys did enjoy. Make sure to drop a like, subscribe if you've not already. This was the Betting Talk. Thank you guys all so much. I'll talk to you later. Peace.